I could never give up the sound and noise and feel and drive. I don't care how much faster an electrical car is. It doesn't.
Yeah, it's strange. I mean, I personally don't like it yet. I mean, I've driven it, but just the feeling, I don't know, it's like I'm moving through space and I'm just not hearing it.
It's not there.
I have to hear it.
Yeah, I don't know. And what are you going to do? I've seen these like Instagram reels and stuff where like there's a new Hyundai that has like a sound where you can even make it sound like a spaceship.
Oh,
like
it's just on the radio, so you can hear it.
No.
So
they're even imitating manual transmissions and all kinds of stuff. Like, it's not bad. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a specialist in this industry. I can't say that I even know if what I'm saying is true about the creation of the EVs not being environmentally friendly. But from what I've read and heard about the lithium mining that's happening all over the world, the fact that they have to transport the lithium to where it's going to be produced, to then be produced elsewhere, to then be sent to a battery, then the battery has to come to...
There's a whole story behind. There's a lot.
It's a lot that goes behind the closed doors. And I think if we're in a market of fossil fuels and internal combustion engines and everybody has the resources, and what are we going to do? Just throw all those resources away and just say, no, why don't we find a better alternative to it? And
maybe they will. Who knows? So, I mean, your dad opened up a shop 30 years ago, so he started, you told me the backstory of it. And how was it for you? I mean, he's from Cuba originally, you're born here to Cuban, third generation American here.
Yeah.
What was it? Walk me through your, did you thought you're going to continue doing that all your life?
Honestly, no. It was always part of my life. So the shop, being that my dad started it only, I think, 2 years after getting married with my mom, and they had my sister the first year of marriage. So they had already had one young baby. My mom was pregnant with me. He started the business off of a very generous act of the previous owner, the original owner of our original location. My dad's always had a good charisma and always a good attitude, and the guy was basically fishing. He went to shops and he would ask if somebody could check his brakes that they were making noise, and he would see how that person treated them. And depending on if he liked the guy, he was gonna offer hey, would you want to start a shop? I have a place right over here and I'm gonna give you a good offer. Come look at it and tell me what you think. And my dad treated him nice, and he offered my dad hey, would you want to come and see the shop? And love to be a race car driver. I would love to have every kid's dream to be an NFL player or something, but I don't have the height for certain sports. I don't know if you noticed, but I grew up with this. This was everything that I knew my dad knew. I knew about cars my whole life. I've always loved cars.
Also, I don't want to forget to mention that what I like the most, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of mechanics because I've been with you for years, but when you're posting stuff, I mean, you fix the car and whatever, brakes, brake pads, let's say whatever I fix, you post a video, how are you fixing it, what is it, the parts, we're changing this while the guys are doing it.
Yeah.
And then how you trying out the car, how this sounds. I mean, how is that popular? How do you get an idea to do that?
It was so much easier to explain it because people don't understand about cars. Women and men alike. I know many men, and this isn't a gender specific thing. There's women that know much more about cars because their dad, since they were little girls, have had their daughter there with them, learn about this with me, and they've made sure to show their daughters how to check their oil, what it is, what's this, what's that, how to look for certain things. And I feel like educating the customer in person has always worked for me so much, because I can tell you one thing and you trust me. You, Alex, have trusted me blindly always, but some people come in for their first time. Some people don't know if they can trust a mechanic. They've been lied to. I love it. I can't pinpoint my favorite place that I've ever been to, but I can tell you favorite moments and favorite things that I like about every place. But the world is just so big and beautiful. When you really try to analyze the amount of places that I want to visit, and I think about how much time and obviously money and I can't be away from the business for an extremely long amount of time. It's so impressive to think will I have enough time to travel everywhere I want to visit and be able to, because that's another thing. I've been on trips that I tell my dad, he just turned 56 today, by the way. I tell him, Dad, you're not gonna be able to do this when you're 70. You're not gonna be able to go to Tanzania and be in the middle of the Serengeti in a safari.
There's time for everything.
Yeah, but you gotta do it before your body's gonna be aching. It hurts to wake up early at 5 a.m. to go see the lions, and then you're riding in the truck and trying to not fall over and trying to hold on to yourself. So there's a lot of adventures and things that you gotta do when you're young and able to. Am I willing to not be afraid to work on cars and do things? Because we only have right now. This is the youngest I'll ever be is today.